Welcome back, everybody, to I don't think I've actually paused that music. Yes, I have. Okay, welcome everybody to game number 2 of the Ro32 part, if you will, of the King of the Mid tournament. We are going to have, look at the brackets real quick. That's not the brackets. This one is Ishigo versus A4. A4 is the one of the standings that came into the tournament, as Vamp recently dropped out. He said he's not actually playing Dota anymore, he's just playing Counter-Strike Go, so fair enough on his part. A4's going to jump himself into the tournament to stand in, which is nice of him. We're going to have a look at the quit rules once more. So, as we saw in the last game, apparently the couriers don't really work properly, so players are allowed to use 150 gold at the start of the game to get themselves a walking courier. They're not allowed to buy soul rings, they're not allowed to bottle crow, which if you don't know what that means, it means basically using the courier to ship your bottle back to base and then bring it back out of you to refill it up, and you're not allowed to use neutrals of any kind. I do need to update this rule scene, as it has got information which is not relevant, so ignore 5 onwards, that bit doesn't exist. But at the moment, the matchups as they are determined, we will talk about it while we're in the drafting screen, if you will. But yep, it's first to 2 kills or first to 2 towers which will win the game. So as you can see, the matchups for this one. So the way this works, guys, I didn't really cover this during the first game. I'm just going to hit start in the game so players can start loading themselves up. We basically decided some matchups. The Viper versus Shadow Demon one, which you do see, is a little bit of a weird one. And I'm probably going to take this out. This drafting was done a while ago. Quite a long time ago, actually. But yeah, at the moment we are going to see Shadow Fiend versus Pudge as one of the matchups, Rubik versus Queen of Pain, and Viper versus Shadow Demon. And unsurprisingly, if we have a look at the vetoes, both players did ban out that very retarded matchup which definitely favoured the Viper. Not sure why that one was in there, but it has been removed for future games, I believe. But yeah, we can see that Ishigo is going to be playing on the Radiant side as the Pudge, as the Shadow Fiend, as we're about to pick up, and the standing A4 is going to be playing as a Pudge. Remember, guys, this is a best of 1 game. They're only going to be playing this matchup once. They're not going to swap sides, as the best of 3s do start when we get to the quarterfinals, the round of 8. So now we're going to get ourselves into the game, as players are going to pick up their heroes, and we wait for this 35-second countdown timer to start the match. So we are going to jump in. Sorry about that. I was just typing to a few people in chat. So make check. Gold 150 by 1. As we see, both players, that should have worked for Ishigo as well. So yeah, Ishigo has himself 750 gold. He's going to buy himself a courier. Nice little special Wardog he's got there. The other courier is working as well, it seems. So apparently, like, seems that they changed this mid mode, that they automatically spawns a courier. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but now players are gonna have 2 couriers to play with, and this is a nice little shitty wizard one who just fell off because he's a shitty wizard. He's gonna climb himself back on. Oh, look at them cuties. Oh, bless. But anyway, we're going to actually have a look at the heroes here. So A4 is going to be playing on the Pudge. Gone for a Stout Shield, which is a really smart idea, actually, because of obviously when Shadow Fiend gets a few more souls, then, you know, the harassment damage is going to be coming out. So yeah, A4, he's got for that. He's gone for the region as well, spending all of his gold, basically, as well as the Tangos and Ishigo. He's gone for double salve, 4 branches, and a circlet. So looking to get that extra little bit of last hit power coming out from the circlet. It's obviously going to get Necromastery level 1 so we can build those souls, get that extra base damage. But it's interesting enough that he's not gone any Tangos versus Pudge, but I suppose he figures that if Pudge hooks, then he is dead. So the way this matchup really is going to work is Ishigo, he's got to farm and get the items to be able to kill Pudge, and he'll eventually push down the towers. Whereas with A4, as soon as he gets his bottle or he gets himself some clarities or some boots, whatever, he needs to get the levels up, get those levels in hook, and he has to land a hook on the Shadow Fiend. If he doesn't actually hook Shadow Fiend in the game, there is no way that A4 will be able to win the matchup. And he's a very stylish looking Pudge as well. He's got his nice little Dragon Claw hook. He's got the pedophile hair as well, as we like to call it sometimes. And he's going to let his range creep through. But at the same time, so is Ishigo. But this lane is going to push the way of A4 now. He's going to come back up to Ishigo. Sorry, A4's high ground as soon as possible. And it's nice work coming out from the denies for A4 now. 0 for 2 already. Really doesn't want Ishigo to get any last hits and get any bonus damage in at the moment. He's succeeding in denying completely. But A4 taking a lot of damage as well, though. There's a lot of creeps hitting on him at the moment, and Ishigo doesn't really care if he doesn't get the Necromastery up. Because as you can see, he's already knocked A4 down to pretty much half of his health right now. And Ishigo, he just can't get those last hits on the creeps, which he really needs to do. We'll get his first one there, so it is a nice soul coming out as well. And A4 using his rot to try and get last hits as well. So at the moment, both players not really doing that great. In fact, 2 for 0 now coming for Ishigo. So, and 3 for 0. So the damage is starting to come out. He's get 6 bonus damages, 2 damage for every soul. And those right clicks are actually starting to hurt A4 a lot. And with the creeps being this close, and A4 being the melee hero, is going to take so much damage from Ishigo. And he's doing a wise thing, Ishigo. He's just harassing A4 as much as possible. He wants it to be a case that if he gets hooked in by A4, he has the potential to kill him off with those Shadow Raises. There's the first salve coming out from A4, and in fact he's going to go aggressive already. He's just going to start writing all over Ishigo. We see the hook coming out as well, and a couple of right clicks, but does he really have the damage? In fact, the salve is going to go for the rot, and A4 taking really low now, and the salve is not going to hit, but the last hit will do, so Ishigo gets first blood on the Pudge in this matchup. So Pudge getting very aggressive, but the salve not getting cancelled off by rot, and I didn't know that you could salve without... And rot didn't work. Rot didn't take it off. I never knew that could happen. Guess you learn something new every day. So as long as you go getting right clicks, you can salve through rot, guys. Something that's worth noting in the future. But it's 1-0 going away of Ishigo right now. He's going to head back to base. Got 800 gold available. So I'm not sure if he's going to get himself a bottle. In fact, where's his second courier? Has he lost his second courier? I'm not quite sure right now. There are still 2 sitting at base here for A4, but where's the second courier gone? No, it's pretty weird. But yeah, A4 now. He's going to get some time alone in the mid lane, so he's going to be able to get those levels up. He's level 3 at the moment. In fact, Ishigo is going to be ahead. Nearly half a level ahead on XP at the moment. But as the lane equalises, A4 should be ahead slightly. In fact, 173 to, I believe it's 173 as well. 178, so yep. Even XP now. Walking back to base did cost Ishigo a little bit, but he's going to pick himself up a bracer as well as boots, so he wants to be able to survive through A4's damage coming out from the hook. And Ishigo now, he's 10 for 1 as well, so 11 Necromastery souls coming out up for him, as well as the kid as well, don't forget. Didn't quite get the last hit. It was last hit by the tower, so we didn't get those 12 bonus souls you'd usually get from getting a hero kill. But that was A4's problem. He dived the tower a little bit too much, and this is a huge double damage room to come out from Ishigo. A4's not got any regen left in this lane at all, and he's really low on gold as well, so A4's struggling a little bit, and with Ishigo having his double damage rune, he should really start taking control of the lane. If he throws many right clicks onto A4, then A4's really going to struggle to stand. But Ishigo not being that aggressive with this double damage rune. He's going to throw a Shadow Raise on top of A4 though, which will do a lot of damage now. I believe it's level 3 up in those Shadow Raises. And A4 is just trying to sit back. He wants to try and get a hook off, but if he hooks Ishigo, who's got the DD rune, and A4 obviously not being level 6 yet, it's not going to go well for him. He's going to actually guess the rune bottom, and this is a nice little payoff. He's going to hook himself the regen rune, tries to bring it close to himself. Obviously that doesn't work, but he's going to regen himself up back to full health. And that's going to make him very happy now. So he's going to be able to stand in this lane a little bit more against Ishigo, but actually at the same time, there's pretty much a 100 damage coming away of Ishigo here. He's 2 off, and 68 on the way of A4. So last hit in versus Ishigo now is going to really be a problem for the Pudge. In fact, Ishigo just baiting out the raises as well. And the more I say that name, the more it gives me a tongue twister. Ishigo. Here she goes. Oh, A4 gets the last hit there though. He's going to be happy with that. I'm not even sure if his name's Ishigo or One Chigo or another bracer. It's pretty good, as well as some wards flying out. So he's going to get those to walk out to him, and I still have no idea where his other courier has gone. At the same time, we do have the bottle finally coming out the way of A4. I'm surprised he didn't decide to go for boots instead, but he really wants to be able to throw out as many hooks as possible. He's a little bit concerned as well, because if one Chigo / Ishigo, or whatever his name is, starts to begin the chase with the Shadow Razors, with their boots at the moment, A4 cannot get away. And A4 really wants level 7 before he does anything else here. Not so, ward going down. It was a little bit of a blind hook. He came down to the low ground. Expected Ishigo to move back into the mid lane, but obviously the warding was going out, so missed hook coming away of A4 there. He is level 6, so we'll get that point in Dismember. Which means Ishigo does have to be a bit more careful if he gets hooked, but obviously having 2 braces now gives him 900 HP, nearly level with a Pudge in terms of HP, and that's a big thing to say for a Shadow Fiend. But double bracer being the wise choice coming out. He's got 39 strength. Actually very close to A4's, of course, and that's why the difference in the health. Denied. But both players have to be a little bit more cautious now. 6-minute rune's going to spawn bottom. It's going to be a haste, which, if A4 gets this one, this could be very advantageous his way. But Ishigo will see the rotation coming out from him, and that's going to enable him time to go down and get the haste rune himself. A4 guessing top, A4 guessing wrong. And he's actually going to drop a ward on his way as well, so he's going to see the rotation whichever way A4 decides to go here in terms of wards. But with this haste rune, it's possible that the Shadow Fiend player Ishigo might be able to secure himself the game. His right clicks hit like absolute trucks at the moment, 120 damage. Hook! Very close actually. Creep just being in the way slightly. A4's going to pop himself back up using his last charge there. And I'm definitely surprised with his first DD and now haste rune. Ishigo's just really not playing aggressive. He's already 1 kill up, but he doesn't want to get caught by A4. Doesn't want to put himself in a position where he's going to regret it. So he's just going to take his time, carry on trying to farm, and as soon as A4 comes into the river area, this just gets the Shadow Raze to the face. Combined with obviously the rot damage that he's going to do to himself with the last hit, and really isn't going to help him out. Both heroes level 7 now. A bit more of an XP advantage going away of Ishigo. He's nearly going to pop the 8. But level 7 now on A4 is really what he wants, and the hook's going to hit the creep. It was quite close though. Ishigo sees it coming, backs off. Obviously this ward, is really going to help him out. As long as he stays on his toes, he's never going to get hooked by A4. Unless A4 can really pull something off here. Fat Fortify coming out, A4 has the angle, but Ishigo's going to move behind the creep. Can A4 get this one off? The ward is there, but he's obviously not going to see A4 when he's in the trees. And he decides not to throw out the hook in the end. It's a bit too hesitant, maybe. Ishigo was stood in the position behind the catapult for a little while, so the hook was available. It was there, and A4 definitely could have got that one off. But just a little bit too slow to try and get it off. In fact, A4's going to guess bottom rune. Is he going to get it? It's going to be Invis rune. This could be really big for him. He's going to bottle it and activate it immediately. Ishigo has no idea, obviously, because the ward does not see the rune spot. But what's he got flying in now? So his power tread's coming for Ish. He's going to have a lot of damage. And you've got to be careful with this courier. I know it's got your boots on A4, but if he spots this courier giving you the boots, which he will do so from that ward, he might know something's up right now. But he was only in vision for a couple of seconds, so... In fact, he's playing very defensively now. He must know something's up. But 1100 HP, the Shadow Fiend is really hard to take down. And A4's just sitting there. He wants him, and Ish is just not having any of it. He knows Pudge is missing. He must know there's an Invis rune on him. In fact, the random hook being thrown out by A4 as well is not going to do anything for him. Now he's just going to walk himself back to base. A little bit too frightened to be out there, but now that Pudge has shown himself, he's going to buy himself a TP. I'd guess probably finish his magic wand off, but doesn't really need it against Pudge. There's only going to be 2 spells ever used. He's going to get himself another circlet, so going for the bracer build it seems, rather than any more damage. And A4, he just needs to get himself a smoke, or just keep on throwing those hooks, buddy. You might hit one eventually. It's the last bottle charge being used now. Uses his entirety of the bottle. Doesn't quite have enough mana for his combo now as well. 20 short on the Pudge. And there we should go. He's going to go aggressive. Look at those right clicks. They're really starting to hurt A4. And now he's just going to push the tower. Remember, A4 still needs 2 kills to win this game. Alternatively, he needs to get 2 towers, and I really don't think he's going to be able to get the towers. And this is quite a smart decision, so we're going to have a cloak coming out the way of Ishigo now. Meanwhile, Pudge is going to get himself back to base. Obviously, the meat hook is pure damage, so it doesn't really matter if you have a cloak. It's still going to hit for the maximum damage possible for 360. However, Dismember is magical, so that's not going to hit as much. So that 3 times 75 really not going to do much. But A4 now. He's got himself a smoke of the seat as well as a TP scroll. So he's going to try and get himself back out to base. Sorry, he's going to get himself back out to base and then head into mid lane. But Ichigo now. Got that cloak flying out. So going to go to tier 2 tower. Smokes up already. So this is where he makes the plays, hopefully. DD room bottom. This is going to be, I think this might be the deciding factor of the game. Ichigo is going to go back up to his high ground. A4, he has been revealed. He will know that Ichigo's around, but obviously because Ichigo is on the high ground, A4 doesn't really have a clue what happened there. He must have realised not choosing to throw the random hook out, and there's the ward again. Still watching A4's movement, still watching his rotations. Obviously the smoke of the seat, hook not going to land. Smoke of the seat did give enough to, I don't even know what that sentence was going to be. But 186 right click coming out right there on A4 with that double damage rune, of course. But that's really starting to hurt. Obviously using those shadow races. But as you can see, A4 is not got any damage on the tower yet. He's 1 kill down. He's not able to land the hooks. He keeps hitting on the creeps. And then with his TD rune, this should be the first tower going down for Ichigo. There's no glyph of Fortify available coming out from A4. But he will get a tower deny. It's going to deny the gold. It's still going to count towards the taking down the towers though. So it is 1 tower as well as 1 kill going away of Ichigo. But obviously the tower deny is going to deny a little bit of gold coming out from A4 there. But as you can see, just look at the last hits and denies right now. It's 59 for 26 going away of the Shadow Fiend, whereas 26 for 6 coming on a Pudge. And if you have a quick look at the net worth as well, you can see it's nearly double coming out right now. Ichigo definitely controlling this lane. Is, I think, a 4 level ahead now. Nearly a 4 level ahead of A4. And A4's really got to re-strategize. He's got the courier flying out now. It's going to be a bracer coming out his way, so going to give him that little more right click, which really isn't going to help him. But at the same time, the health is. So there's more wards coming out from Ichigo. He's going to carry on controlling this game. A4's going to camp top rune. Really wants to get control again. Refill that bottle. Is he going to be lucky? That's the question. He's going to get an invis rune. And obviously this ward that Ichigo just placed, he's going to see exactly what A4 was planning. So he's just going to hug behind the creeps and then back himself off. A4 using the courier now. Going to pick up that bracer. Just look at this build from Ichigo. He's got 3 braces as well as a cloak, really, and strength treads. 1200, nearly 1300 HP, really trying to survive the burst that A4 can come out with. In fact, he has more health than a Pudge does, and that's saying something in this game. But there's going to be a ward coming out from Ichigo. The hook! How did that not land? I'm very surprised that hook didn't land. But Ichigo, he's just going to carry on doing what he's been doing all game. He's going to be farming up. He's going to be taking control of these control of this middle lane just by pushing the creeps back. And with those creeps constantly pushing into A4, you really can't get the angle off to get the hooks. And whenever he comes in close to try and farm the creeps himself, he's going to get raised in the face. So Ichigo definitely controlling the lane at this point. Again, remember guys, it is first to 2 kills or 2 towers, and Ichigo's ahead 1-0 on both of those scores at the moment. He's going to use himself a melee raise just to get those last couple of creep kills. And now obviously the points are starting to come out in presence of the Dark Lord. Ichigo not choosing to level up his ulti. He's really not going to get a chance to use it. Actually missing a raise there. He's looking to finish off this game soon now. You can see the damage coming out is a lot. A4 missing yet another hook. And he's just going to walk in and dismember. He's going to kill himself to the right. He calls GG early on. And that's going to be the game, I assume. Well, yeah, so this gets run a game. Ichigo taking game number 1 away from A4. He will get himself through to the 2nd round of the King of the Mid tournament. And stay tuned, guys. We've got the next game between. I honestly cannot remember. If we just switch to the brackets, we've got the next game between Feroxide as well as Dread Knight coming up at 5 PM. What's the time now? It's 10 to. So stay tuned, guys. 10 minutes and we'll have our game coming up. Congrats to Ichigo. Unlucky for A4. That's going to be the end of the game.